Hi, Joe Sharon here today with a new video. I'm going to do something a little different than I normally do with my videos, in that this one's going to be narrated. Now, it wasn't long ago, a friend and I were talking about train stock, and I got to thinking, I ought to do a video on that. Well, here it is. In this clip right here, Mary's dog Check is doing a really nice job of moving this group of sheep. And as a livestock owner, this is how I want to see my stock move. Nice and calm and no stress on them. This can only be done when the stock has been trained as well as the dog. Stock that's calm is so much easier to handle, whether it's to inspect them, medicate them, move them from pasture to pasture, load them in a trailer, gather. All these tasks are made so much easier when the stock is cooperative, especially when you get up to be my age. Thing is, it's not just sheep that can be trained this way, but cattle can be trained in this way too, as you can see in this clip with my dog Woody moving the cattle. It's kind of funny when I hear folks say that my stock moves this way because they're all pets. Well, let me put this to rest. The sheep are worked every day by dogs. They're moving to one of 5 pastures in the morning and gathered up and moved back in the barnyard every evening, as we have a lot of predators in the area. The cattle are rarely handled, only when absolutely necessary. And I can tell you, most people who own cattle will tell you the same thing. The exception is when I keep a few calves back to train a dog. Even when I host trials, I bring in fresh cattle rather than use my livestock. And the reason why I do this is because I don't want to have to retrain my stock after the trial. In these next 2 clips are calves that my dog Woody trained for a trial in Georgia at Cheryl Pageant's place back in 2013. As you can see, they're working a lot like my stock at home. How long do we work on these calves, you may ask? Well, they arrived from the sale barn on Wednesday afternoon before the trial on Saturday. And this video was made Friday afternoon. So Woody and I started working with them on Thursday morning with the session morning and evening, followed by the same on Friday. How long are these sessions, you may ask? They're only about 20 to 30 minutes apiece. Truly, it's not that difficult to train stock, but you need a really good, strong, and honest dog. And what do I mean by a strong dog? Well, a true cattle dog, a dog that will not back down or run away from stock when challenged or charged, one that'll get back up and resume the fight when hit or rolled, and never gives up until the stock backs down. Any less of a dog will never have stock working like you see here. And if the dog training the stock ever gives ground, the stock will never respect the dog, respect any dog, until they come up against a strong dog, which is the reason for my earlier comment about having to retrain stock after a trial. So what do I mean by the term honest dog? An honest dog is one that never takes a cheap shot. A dog that will instantly quit the correction whenever the stock gives or turns. An honest dog is a dog that the stock will trust. A dog that can't be calm around stock will never be able to train stock. The reason for this is a dog that's not calm, more often than not, is running on adrenaline. This causes the stock to feel uneasy around that dog and can cause a lack of trust. This lack of trust causes the 2 responses you don't want, fight or flight. You want cooperation. In this next clip, I will show you how I train cattle. May be like everybody else does, but this is what works for me. When training cattle, I like to work with about, maybe 10 to 30 head to begin training them. And what I do is I have the dog just kind of walk the cows around just a little bit and just watch the cows and see how they're responding to the dog. And you can see this one here, we've got everything moving off. There's a couple of them that are not. That little red one doesn't want to move off. But Woody's doing a pretty good job of just blocking it and not letting it go anywhere else. And here I'm going to ask him to walk up and he'll just kind of move him. You can tell this cow's not going to be much trouble. It doesn't have it just doesn't seem like it's going to be much trouble. It's moved off the dog without much of anything. He's still trying to be a little escape artist, but it's not bad. And you can definitely see that the dog is in charge of that calf. It's not going anywhere. And he'll get right in front of it, and right there you can see he just squares up on the calf. That's kind of intimidating to him. Here he does it a second time, and you'll see the cow just kind of turn off there. And so this calf doesn't pose a problem. That other one doesn't either there. He took a little bluff, and that was it. That was all that one had to offer, just nothing. And these calves are young, so they're going to be real easy to train. We're coming up here to a clip where that Woody's going to walk in there, and there's going to be a calf that does want to challenge him, and you can see he walks up to him. Okay, right there. Puts the head down. I asked Woody to go after that calf, and he does. And I slowed the video down so you can see that. And he doesn't quite get a good enough piece of him there. He does get a piece of him, but the calf did not turn to go back the other direction. So he's going to get back up in front of him. And he is going to, this time, going to get a pretty nice piece of him right on the end of the nose. And the calf decides, okay, I've had enough. I'm out of here. And now here's a very important part of this dog breaking process, or the cow breaking process here. And that is that he's getting around and covering the stock, not letting it run off. Right here, he's training the stock. Don't run off, because you're not going to be able to get away from me. And that's why you need a pen that, one, that you can move around in, and two, it's not so big that the dog has to go any great distance to go chasing cows. He shut them down pretty quick. And after that's done a few times, they learn not to run anymore. And right here in this one, this cow here, he's going to put up a little problem. Now he's going to go right after the dog. Now watch how the dog responds. He doesn't run away. He runs right into that calf and dodges him, but at the same time hits him hard, and the calf says, okay, I've had enough, and continues on the way they're supposed to go. And what does he do? He goes back around, and he's going to move him down the fence line here, and he'll shut them down, and watch, they all stop right there. Okay, and then he goes around the cover. You're not going anywhere. Stay right there. All right, he's going to go back again. Okay, you're not supposed to be there. I want you back there with those other ones. And off he goes.